Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Politics is a very interesting game. And politics is also a very, very dirty game. Yesterday, Rigathi Gachagua left the country for America. Rigathi Gachagua is expected to stay in the United States of America for 2 good months. Rigathi Gachagua arrived safely and he was well received in America.
Safe journey. We want also to bless God for the people of Seattle. We were here the other day and you welcomed us and we are already feeling home from home. And thank you for the many hours you have had to wait as we went through. So we thank every
opportunity to welcome all those who will be engaging us tomorrow, the day after, when we have Gemi. For the time we are here, I am really looking forward to see our people. I've missed them, I love them, and I can't wait to start engaging with them, to catch up, to know how they have been, how their lives have been, their life here, and also tell them how back home is. So we are really looking forward.
Okay, thank you so much. Welcome.
Yes, Sandy. Thank you.
My coffee.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to shock you with what I am about to reveal. Rigathi Gachagua simply played and walked straight into William Ruto's trap. Let me read for you what Oscar Sudi posted yesterday. Because for me, the trip by Rigathi Gachagua to the United States of America for 2 good months is actually a blessing in disguise for William Samoei Arap Ruto. And Oscar Sudi celebrated it without Kenyans realizing. Let me read for you what Oscar Sudi posted. This is what Oscar Sudi posted on his verified Facebook page. He's saying, Oscar Sudi is saying something here. Shida ya Mount Kenya na shetani wa Kenya amesafiri. Kenya sasa itabaki kwa amani. Because according to Oscar Sudi, shida ya Mount Kenya, which means Rigathi Gachagua is actually their biggest problem in the mountain, has gone. And at the national level, he's calling Rigathi Gachagua Shetani at the national level. Which means the fact that Rigathi Gachagua left the country for the United States of America and is going to stay there for 2 good months is a blessing to William Ruto and his camp. To William Ruto and his camp. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to shock you why I strongly believe that indeed the trip by Rigathi Gachagua to the United States of America is expected to achieve certain objectives for Rigathi Gachagua. But the biggest beneficiary is none other than William Samoei Arap Ruto. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to explain to you guys why personally I strongly believe that Rigathi Gachagua played into William Ruto's trap. Because Rigathi Gachagua was more important politically speaking while he was in the country. This is why. Number one, Rigathi Gachagua was William Ruto's biggest headache in Kenya. Why do you think William Ruto engineered the impeachment against Rigathi Gachagua? The intention was simple. William Ruto had suspected that Rigathi Gachagua was going to give him problem. And then he thought in his mind that by impeaching Rigathi Gachagua, the mountain was going to be unhappy for like 1, 2, 3, or 4 weeks. Then things were going to go back to normal. What happened? After that impeachment, Rigathi Gachagua became more powerful. Then William Ruto realized that for me now to deal with Rigathi Gachagua, what I needed was to bring Raila Odinga on board. He brought Raila Odinga on board because it became clear, and with the advice from the NIS, that the mountain was going. And therefore, he needed Raila on his side to tame Rigathi Gachagua and to cover also for the loss from the mountain. So Raila Odinga came on board. Rigathi Gachagua still stubborn. Ruto even went and looked for Uhuru Kenyatta now to deal specifically with the politics of the mountain. Uhuru Kenyatta gave up. As we speak, Rigathi Gachagua is the king of the mountain. And Rigathi Gachagua is a major factor in 2027 presidential elections. And because Rigathi Gachagua was William Ruto's biggest headache in the country, and because he has left the country, tell me why William Ruto should not be happy. Because in the United States of America, Rigathi Gachagua will not be as vocal as he is here. He will not be as effective as he would have been in the Republic of Kenya. That's number one. Number two, and I'm 100% sure this is something William Ruto is going to try to do. William Ruto and his allies can actually make good use of these 2 months. Yeah, because Rigathi Gachagua will be absent. They can use these 2 months to successfully kick Rigathi Gachagua out of Mount Kenya if they wanted to. Rigathi Gachagua is currently Mount Kenya kingpin. Why? Because Rigathi Gachagua is able to respond to William Ruto. The other day you saw how he responded ruthlessly to William Ruto. When the Georgia MP kidnapped himself, Rigathi Gachagua took that matter and the entire country agreed with him. Even though this was a game. In his absence, tell me who can step up to the challenge in Mount Kenya. Who? Amongst Rigathi Gachagua's allies, who? None of them. None of them. So, I'm convinced that William Ruto is so happy that his biggest headache in Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, is out. And now, in Mount Kenya, he's not there. So he can try and play politics. Remember, when William Ruto wanted to go to Meru, what happened? Rigathi went. He was in this side, Rigathi on the other side. Rigathi Gachagua was actually challenging William Ruto. In his absence, William Ruto and his allies, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm telling you, Kindiki is already working on a program. Number three, and this is what is making William Ruto very happy, that finally he can lead the country in peace in the absence of Rigathi. Let me ask you this question. Why do you think William Ruto reached out to Raila Odinga? Or why do you think Uhuru Kenyatta, despite the fact that in 2017 the contest was bitterly contested, looked out for Raila Odinga? It's because Uhuru wanted to lead the country in peace. With Raila Odinga outside, it was not possible. Ruto also will reach out to Raila Odinga for two main reasons: to tame Rigathi Gachagua, and importantly, to be able to rule in peace. That's why I keep on asking people, assuming Raila Odinga and his supporters had joined the Gen Z protest, what will be the situation? Ruto probably would be out of office today. Now, with Rigathi Gachagua out, tell me if William Ruto is not going to enjoy peace, even if for a short time. Let's say even those 2 months. Because yesterday I explained that Rigathi is going to organize a massive homecoming. I can assure you, William Ruto and his team are already working on how to tame that. Because remember, before Rigathi Gachagua left the country, he even made it very clear that the president and his team wanted to block him. If they wanted to stop Rigathi Gachagua, they can. Right now, if they don't want Rigathi Gachagua to return back into the country, they can. They did that to Miguna. It's possible. So William Ruto is going to enjoy a bit of peace for 2 whole months. Number 4, and I keep on asking, removing William Ruto from office is very easy. He's lost the narrative, the hustler narrative. The church is gone. The young voters are no longer with William Ruto. You know, things are not working for him. But who can remove William Ruto from office? Who? Mount Kenya has the highest number of votes in the Republic of Kenya. Rigathi Gachagua might not be on the ballot. I'm 100% convinced that within this period, the government is going to try and create another candidate, a formidable candidate, to emerge from Mount Kenya. And even if not from Mount Kenya, someone within the opposition, let's say Kalonzo or let's say Matiang'i, are going to be propped up. They are going to be made to be very popular, more than Rigathi Gachagua. So that even when Rigathi Gachagua will be back, he will be irrelevant. And lastly, it is now very possible for William Ruto and his team to actually divide the opposition. Rigathi Gachagua has been the center holding the opposition together, because Matiang'i believes that he can win the presidency, but with the support of the mountain. Who has the mountain? Rigathi. On the other side, Kalonzo Musyoka is also on the other side. Kalonzo believes that he can easily become the president, but with which votes? The votes from the mountain. Who has those votes? Rigathi. Now, with Rigathi Gachagua out of the picture, these individuals will be trying to go directly to the mountain. The other day I was telling you how, for example, Matiang'i cancelled his tour of Meru because of several factors. One of them, Rigathi Gachagua. Now, with Rigathi Gachagua absent, assuming Rigathi Gachagua is not there, Fred Matiang'i organizes a successful tour of the mountain. Will you convince Matiang'i that he cannot go to the mountain directly? And that's how the government shall have succeeded in planting seeds of discord within the opposition. I don't know what you get. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. I don't know whether I'm making sense. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.